Hey team, it's Mr. Z, and today we're going to look at subtracting decimals, and we're going to take a step back in time where we did these without a calculator. Let's go ahead and dive into the deep end of this pool, folks. All right, so the thing to remember is that with subtracting decimals, it's very similar to the process of combining decimals with addition. Both of those operations are linked, hence why they're similar. Make sure they're lined up. Subtract the columns from right to left when you're doing it traditionally, and just make sure to remember your decimal point. Make sure to take the time to tell me how you feel about this concept. But right now, let's go ahead and dive on in. So, number one, I'm going to go ahead and write it out vertically. That's going to help me engage my success. So, I'm going to go ahead and write 46.38. Now, I'm going to be very particular about how I write this next part onto my paper. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 43.5, but I'm going to write the decimal first. What's to the right of the decimal? 5. What's to the left of the decimal? 3. Then I fill it in. That way, I can guarantee that my decimals will be aligned. So now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. And you have to remember that if you're having a processing error where you're like, what, but 8 minus nothing? Oh yeah, the digit 0 represents nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 8 minus nothing is 8. Now here's the situation where I have 3 dimes and I have to take away 5 dimes. I'm going to have to dip into my dollar in order to complete this transaction. So I'm going to borrow. I'm going to take one of them away, leaving me with $5. $1 is the equivalent of 10 dimes. So this is going to become 10 plus 3, which is going to be 13. Now I'm going to process it. 13 and 5. How far away is 5 from 10? 5. Go 3 more, and I get to 8. Now I can go ahead and subtract 5 minus 3. Ooh, just nice and easy. 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. Oh, wait, step 3. What do I have to really remember? My decimal place. So I'm going to process this. I'm going to treat it as if it was money. This is $2.88. And notice how I say it. This 0 in front is insignificant. Now, number 2, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set it up. It's going to be very similar. I'm going to go ahead and write vertically. If you want to use this technique to save time, I'm going to go ahead and write the point. I'm going to use the 7 here and the 2. I'm going to automatically fill these gaps in with 0. And then I'm going to go and get this party started. For number 5, the key is when you're subtracting a whole bit, you have to just kind of think about it like money. I have $88, and I'm going to go ahead and spend it on $55.28. So I'm going to go ahead and write it out. I'm going to write 88. Now I'm going to have to subtract 55 and 28. But where is my decimal place, you might be asking? Remember, math is still sentences. At the end of every sentence is a period. Okay, now I can start to align it. I write my period. What's to the left of the period? 5. To the right, 2. 8. 5. Notice how I wrote it out to make sure everything was in place. Now, even though this is there on top, nothing can still be represented by 0, and I can go ahead and start the subtraction party. Now I'm going to kind of guide you through this because this is going to be an example of double borrowing, because you notice that, hey, this 0, I need to go ahead and borrow from this guy, but this has nothing. So it's going to cause a chain reaction where I actually look at this 8. So this 8 is going to become 1 less, which is 7. I'm going to take that $1 and convert it into dimes, which is going to be 10. Now I'm going to go ahead and borrow 1 from the 10, thus leaving me with 10 pennies. 1 dime is equal to 10 pennies. Now I have set a lot of time processing and getting set up, But that's the majority of math, just making sure that you're able to create a work product where you can compute it easily. Now, 10 minus 8 is 2, 9 minus 2 is 7. The decimal place, I'm going to go ahead and leave it for so I don't forget. 7 minus 5 is 2, 8 minus 5 is 3, and voila, to help process it, $88, and I spend $55.28. I got $32.72 in my pocket.